Sometimes you're a fire, sometimes you're a ghost. Sometimes you can give me all the things that I love the most. Sometimes you're a queen, sometimes you're a curse, and sometimes a whole lot worse. Yeah, nobody's quite like you.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Blue Hell Worldwide here on Shaun Does FM. I hope you are doing well, and today we have a massive double header in this World Super League, our last season here at Sporting Kansas City, as we take on top place Santos Laguna in a huge potential 6-point swing game. And off the back of that, we take on Santos FC. So it's Santos squared in today's episode. If you are looking forward to it, do remember to go down below, leave a thumbs up on the video, and also hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on so you guys do get more Football Manager content as soon as it drops. But we have played just the one league game since the end of yesterday's episode, which if you missed, I'll leave a link to that above my head in the top right corner, and it was against Argentinos Juniors, and we were able to keep our good run of form going with this goal right on the half-hour mark. Aussie Cisneros, a ball over there for Yusufa Makoko, buries it in the bottom left corner, and that was the difference. A quiet game scoreline-wise, picking up a 1-0 win away from home, but against the team as decent as Argentinos Juniors are in the top half of the table, we will take that result. Any results at this time of the season are very much appreciated. So 3 more points in the bank, and what that means for the league table going into this big episode against the Santos teams is we are 1 point behind Santos Laguna, top of the table, but with 2 games in hand. If we can beat them in this game, that will be a huge bit of momentum in our favour, as we would go above them and still have those 2 games in hand on them. So a real chance to pinch a gap at the top of the table if we can beat Santos Laguna. And Santos also not too far away position-wise in the table, albeit probably out of the title race now, 8 points behind us. It's looking like a bit of a free horse race these days between Santos Laguna, us, and Boca Juniors. So this game today, as I've said a few times, is very important. Probably more important for Santos Laguna than it is for us, truth be told, because of the games in hand that we do have. But if we can pick up even a draw out of this game, I would still put us in as favourites to be taking out the title this season. And hopefully we can end this series on a high by winning a promotion playoff to go up to the Premier League. But unfortunately, going into the Santos Laguna game, we have been struck with a little bit of an injury crisis, which is not ideal. If we go to the medical centre, you can see it. Rashid Gazelle has picked up a decent injury, a back strain. He's going to be out for 9 days to 3 weeks, so he is definitely out for both games of today's episode. But we've also got a number of little niggly injuries, which means players are unavailable for this top of the table clash. Andrew Fontas is nearly back from his damaged cruciate ligaments. He's probably going to have to come back through the reserve team anyway. But the more newer injuries, Tayo Edun, a bruised thigh, he's out for the Santos Laguna game, as is Gianluca Busio, a tight calf, and especially importantly, Yusufa Makoko with a bruised knee. Those bottom 2 big injuries, our 2 best players, probably outside of Ezekiel Unsain at the club these days. So we have had to shuffle things around going into the Santos Laguna game. It does mean that the likes of Lucas Franco, Johnny F. and Russell, and Anthony Reyes get a chance here in this top of the table clash. So we're going to have to test our depth a little bit. So as I said before, a draw out of this game wouldn't be a terrible result for us considering the injuries that we have got. As long as we don't lose it, we should be in a pretty good position to still be winning the league. But we'll come back shortly from the Estadio Corona for this massive game. As I said, top of the table clash. Let's see if we can get the job done with a slightly weakened team. And here are the team sheets for this game. Santos Laguna on the left, a few decent players in that team of note. They've got Cerny on the wing, who's a pretty dangerous player, and also Ocampos at the back. He's been a player who has performed well against us in the past. So they are 2 to keep an eye out on. As we mentioned before, we've got a few injuries. It means that Franco, Russell, and Reyes come into the first team. Not too sure why Reyes isn't at the bottom of that list. I've obviously messed up the positioning there, so bear that in mind. But otherwise, we have full strength. A few changes on the bench as well because of those injuries. We've got Martins on the bench for Edun. Barreto's now in there as the backup defensive midfielder to Sasha Jala, overtaking Eli Sanchez. Doyle Hayes and Walter as our midfield backup. We've also got Craig Jones back in the first team as right wing cover, and Alan Pulido as striking cover for this game. Hopefully a few of those players will be back for the game against Santos FC off the back of this one, but hopefully we can get a decent result here and stay right on the tails, if not go past Santos Laguna. 3 minutes gone here, an early free kick to Santos Laguna in the green and white. We are in the light blue. Cerny on the edge of the box, as I said, a player to watch out for, a back pass there, and they do keep possession despite Reyes nearly getting that ball back, but that's really good from Lucas Franco, and we are on the counter-attack with numbers in our favour, or we did, until he just slowed up there, but he's doing a good job here. Lucas Franco gets the shot off, trying to beat Acevedo at the near post, can't quite do it, but it was a good effort, and now they've blown for a foul here, which is going to be interesting, checking for a penalty review, and it did happen outside the box. Bit of an interesting one that to get shown. Good little bit of play there from Lucas Franco, and we will get shown this free kick as well. Metcher to put it far post, no one can get their head onto it. Good start from us, but still 0. 6 minutes gone, and it is a corner to Santos Laguna back down the other end. Franco clears it. He's had a good opening few minutes in that box-to-box midfield role that Gianluca Busio normally occupies. Cerny with a poor pass there. Franco up to Reyes, waiting for support. Johnny F. and Russell starts to go forward, tries to play a pass through, falls to Wintle. Reyes puts it in the back of the net, and with a fairly well-rotated team, we go 1-0 up after 6 minutes away from home, and that is a dream start for us. As I said, considering the players that we are missing, if we could get 3 points out of this game, that would be huge, would put us in a great position. A bit of a lucky bounce there, the ball off the initial pass from Russell falling to Wintle. He slots Reyes through, good finish, and after 6 minutes, a good start, we go 1-0 up. 24 minutes gone, and we are back down the other end for the start of a highlight yet again. Santos Laguna with a throw, and Johnny F. and Russell clears it away, and Jala with a good slide tackle after we do get rid of that danger. It's a bit of a good bit of pressure there from Franco. He has had a really good start to this game, helped put us up 1-0, and he was involved there in that turnover as Ayongo holds the ball up for us here as we look to build from the back and hopefully extend our lead here. Johnny F. and Russell starting to make his way forward. Tries to put a ball over for Reyes. Metcher in a lot of space. Puts it in the back of the net, and he is onside. So we do go 2-0 up. It looked a little bit too good to be true there. I thought that Reyes might have been offside from that initial pass from Johnny F. and Russell, but he wasn't. And this has been a superb start from us. We do go 2-0 up. I think he just took a stride after that ball was played there, did Reyes. That's why I thought he might be offside, but I think he timed that well. Good pass then to find Felix Metcher. This will be a good way to show if he was onside. He's timed his run perfectly there. As Felix Metcher keeps a good goal scoring season going. And after 25 minutes, we're 2-0 up. 32 minutes gone here. It's another throw-in for Santos Laguna to start this highlight off. Ayongo nearly gets the ball back for us there, and he will this time. Wintle trying to pick out Reyes, can't, but we should get this back through Jella, and we do. Johnny F. and Russell, what can he do? Pretty good so far, but that's a poor pass to Cervantes. Full Krug for Munoz, the one-on-one with the keeper almost. That's a really good covering tackle there, I think, from Coronado that time, and we do keep it at 2-0, although we do have to wait for this corner to take place. Goro Ryan to put it in the mixer, and Bjortuf does deal with the danger, so a little bit sloppy from us there as Reyes makes a good tackle from Johnny F. and Russell to give the ball away, but we still hold a 2-0 lead. 43 minutes gone, this time the highlight starting with us with a throw, and it falls to Johnny F. and Russell. Another poor pass from him to give possession straight back to Santos Laguna, and Munoz somehow gets past his man, will chip it over Unsane, and that's a really poor couple of minutes from Johnny F. and Russell. Two bad passes, losing the ball twice, and they've nearly got us on the counter-attack twice. Luckily, it was a good block, I think, from Coronado the first time. This time he gets past his man, does Munoz. Really nice chip, and he's down to a yellow heart here as well as Johnny F. and Russell. So I think what we're going to do here is be a little bit different and make a pre-halftime sub, because Johnny Russell not very happy with those last two bits of play that he has been involved in. Craig Jones can come on for him, hopefully send a message to the boys just to keep switched on here as we do hold a 2-1 lead going into halftime. And indeed, that is halftime. The last highlight shown was that goal to Santos Laguna. We started things off really well in those first 25 minutes, but unfortunately, as you saw, Johnny F. and Russell gave them a few chances to get back into this game late in that first half, and they did make the most of it. So he is off the field. Happy with how things are going, but just feel like the momentum may have shifted in this game. We'll leave things as they are after making that one substitution right before halftime and see how things play out before we make any more. But Pretty happy with the scoreline, but as I said, momentum's a bit of a concern. 2-1 up as we start the second half. 51 minutes gone here, and we do have an early free kick, which Coronado puts towards the back post. No one deals with it, and Bjortuft is there, puts us in for Jala. His shot blocked. That looked like it was going to try and find the bottom left corner, and it does remain 2-1 as we look to get another attack going. The highlight stops, still 2-1. Okay, 58 minutes gone here, and we are going to make our first substitution. There's a few players at the back on yellow cards. Nolasunde is also down to a yellow heart. So what we're going to do is bring Jonas Lyshoj on for him. Has been in a good patch of form recently, and he can get stuck into tackles a little bit more, and hopefully that will help us keep hold of this 1-goal lead. And 67 minutes gone now. We're going to have to take off one of our goal scorers down to a red heart. Our last substitution, Cisneros on for Mecha, but still holding a 2-1 lead. 71 minutes gone here. We do have a free kick, albeit we are taking it deep inside our own half. Coronado, some short passing, plays the ball over the top, unfortunately, straight to a Santos Laguna defender, Munoz, to Van Lunteren. He is just making his way towards the 6-yard box, puts a ball in, and Santiago Munoz will pick up a double, and that is very soft at the back from us, and they have come from behind here from 2-0 down, and with 18 minutes to play, all the momentum in Santos Laguna's favour as they have got this back 2-2 all. He was just given too much space down the left there, and then no one is marking Munoz. That time it was Coronado not picking him up, and with 18 minutes to go, it is back at all square. Core now left in this game, and we have another highlight, a goal kick, which starts in our possession. Lyshoj will try and find a ball up here for Reyes, can't quite get to it. Good little cutout there from Bruno Alves, and it's going to be Santos Laguna looking to get us on the counter-attack as Cerny starts to drive infield from that right wing. We'll pick out Lozano just inside the box. Good slide tackle there from Lyshoj. A penalty has been blown, surely. This is going to get overturned because that looked like he won the ball nice and cleanly, safe as houses. We'll just wait for VAR, and indeed it is not a penalty. Very good referee. Give him a nice little pat on the head. And with 14 minutes to go, still 2-2, albeit we are going to get shown the highlight pretty much off the back of that from the drop ball come free kick that we got because of that indirect decision. That's a really poor back pass. Munoz for a hat trick. Chips it straight at Insane. We are falling apart here late, has to be said, but clinging on to a 2-2 result. 81 minutes gone. It's a free kick to Santos Laguna as they really put the pressure on us in these last 20 minutes or so. Cerny just holding the ball up here as they took that free kick short back to Lozano just outside the box. Van Lunteren back to Lozano, tries to put that in the right corner and wasn't far away at all, clinging on to this 2-2 result. 85 minutes gone, and now it's a corner for Santos Laguna. Ocampos with a header comes off the post. We're getting a fair bit of luck late in this one as we do hold on to the 2-2 scoreline. And we have entered extra time. Stat-wise, Santos Laguna have definitely dominated this game. A big shift in things after we got those first 2 goals in the opening 25 minutes. But that is full time, and in the end, we can be a bit relieved that we didn't blow that because we gave them a lot of chances to try and come from behind and win that in the end. They do get a draw out of that game, which if you offered it to me before the game, I probably would have taken considering the injuries that we did have going into that game. But after going 2-0 up, it's a little bit of a disappointing result, albeit it probably helps us out more than it helps them out, as we will still have our 2 games in hand on those guys, as you'll see when we have a look at the table shortly off the back of this team talk. And as you can see, things right at the top of the table now between these top 3 who we believe are going to be in the title race now, with only 7 games to go for some of them, 9 games to go for us, is very condensed. Santos Laguna and Boca Juniors now tied on 58 points, but we still, I believe, have the upper hand with 2 games in hand on them, only 1 point behind. So we'll come back shortly, hopefully with a few more bodies available, some more quality for this upcoming game as we take on Santos and potentially could go top of the table. And here are the team sheets for the second game of today's episode, this time against Santos FC. Another away game for us. They are on the left, are Santos, probably going to be playing in the black and white. The odd familiar name there, the likes of Lucas Braga is their captain. They've got the likes of Bertrand Traore on the bench as well, but hopefully it's a team that we will be capable of beating on recent form. In terms of us, much stronger team we're putting out for this game. We've got Makoko and Busio back in the starting 11. We've also got Edun back on the bench as well. The only change that we've been kind of forced into from the last game, Felix Mecha a quite heavy workload and is quite injury prone at the moment. Aussie Cisneros has had a pretty good season so far, so we're going to give him a start in this game. But pretty much the team that we'd be hoping to put out at this stage of the season, a few injuries aside, and hopefully we can bounce back with 3 points in this game. 12 minutes gone, first highlight of the game, and it is a corner in our favour. Busio putting it into the mixer. It is dealt with there by Santos, who are actually in the all white, usually in the black and white, but there's a foul there from the Renko, and that looks like a fairly clear-cut penalty, truth be told. Was nowhere near winning the ball off Busio there, so hopefully the referee does award it. Indeed, he does. The VAR having a good day today. Sometimes they're a bit iffy, but today doing what they should be, which is nice, and it will be Johnny F. and Russell with a chance to put us 1-0 up early. Goes for the bottom left corner, puts it there, and we go 1-0 up nice and early and start things off fairly well. Not an overly exciting highlight, truth be told, but they gave away a pretty soft foul there, it has to be said. Johnny F. and Russell steps up to the spot, slots it away nicely, and after 14 minutes, it's SKC 1, Santos 0. 28 minutes gone, it is a goal kick to SKC as we look to play out from the back and hopefully extend our lead to 2 goals, much like we did in the last episode, trying to play a long ball forward there for Makoko, but it's too deep. He cannot get on the end of it, and it will be Santos looking to play out from the back, but a really good foot in there from Aussie Cisneros. One-on-one with the keeper, just puts it wide. Great chance for Cisneros. Nearly a brilliant individual goal, but puts it wide, and we're still 1-0 up. 33 minutes gone here, shortly off the back of that last highlight, and it is a throw to Santos inside their half, so they are looking to get on the attack. They're a bit of a fortunate deflection off that pass. Cardona, Yongo nearly gets a foot in. Sandri up for Leonardo, and that is a goal. There was a few times there where we nearly got the ball off Santos, but just couldn't quite get it under control. They retained possession, and Leonardo just inside the box, unfortunately, given a little bit too much space. You'll see it here. I thought Yongo got this ball off Cardona, but he just keeps it. Sandri picks it up. Leonardo, who's just being played onside by someone there, slots it away in the bottom right corner. And with 10 minutes to go in the first half, it is 1-1. There is the offside check. You can see one of our wing backs or centre backs is playing him onside, and it is 1-1. And that is halftime in the second game of today's episode. 1-1. It's been a pretty even game so far, truth be told. We were given a pretty easy chance to go 1-0 up from the penalty spot, and they worked their way back into it with that goal to Leonardo at the 35-minute mark. But not too disappointed with the game so far, but I think we can definitely perform a bit better. So we'll tell the boys we're not happy with how they're going, give them a little bit of a pump up before we start the second half, and hopefully we can grab a winning goal in it as it's all square as we kick off the second 45 minutes. 51 minutes gone, it is a corner to SKC, puts in the mixer. Coronado with a shot. I'm not too sure if it was a save there by the goalkeeper or it came off the post, but either way, Santos will look to get us on the counter-attack. There is our centre-backs. We're up for that corner. Traore tries to square this for Leonardo, falls to Cardona on the deflection, and he puts it in the back of the net. And from going from what looked like a great chance from us at the other end, it is Santos FC who go 2-1 up early in the second half. Traore in a nice spot here on the counter-attack, tries to square this. Leonardo's shot's blocked, and unfortunately Unsane commits to the shot, falls to Cardona, almost has to just hit that into an open net, and they are 2-1 up. We are actually going to make a change at this point to our first one. Bjortuft at the back isn't having his best day, so what we're going to do here is bring Sepp Vandenberg off the bench for him, see if we can just shore things up defensively. He might also be more of a threat from set pieces as well, so we'll see if that comes off. Vandenberg on for Bjortuft. It does mean that Coronado's going to have to go from the right to the left as well, because Vandenberg does prefer that side, but that will be the first substitution of this game just after we do go 2-1 down. And up to the 60-minute mark now, we're going to make 2 more substitutions, get these Red Heart players off. So Jala will come off, and the new Brazilian to the club, Barreto, to come on for him, and also Winter will come off for Doyle Hayes. So that's our 3 subs used. Hopefully that can help us in this last half hour try and find an equalising goal. Still 2-1 down. 61 minutes gone, and we do have a corner. Busio puts us in the mixer. Sepp Vandenberg straight off the bench. You love to see it, just a little bit better aerially than Bjortuft, and I think that's been shown right there. So instant impact off the bench from Sepp Vandenberg, gets up, buries it into the left-hand side of goal, and with just under a half hour to go, it is back at all square, and it's quickly followed up by a throw in here to Santos FC. They try and pump that deep, but luckily for us, Vandenberg has come off the bench and started things off very nicely. Busio sets up Makoko in off the post. Exactly the impact that we wanted from our bench, and shortly off the back of those subs, we do go 3-2 up. So a quick fire double. Vandenberg winning another important header. Cisneros to Doyle Hayes. Good pass there to Busio. Plays that through Makoko. Just lets that run a little bit so he can get past his defender. A little bit of help from the woodwork to find the back of the net. And we do go 3-2 up with just under a half hour to play. 69 minutes gone here, and it is a nice time for a free kick, which Ayongo takes short to Busio, but really good comeback here in the second half after we did concede an early second goal. Set Vandenberg a big hand in both goals that we've scored since then to get to a 1-goal lead ourselves, but we're just knocking the ball about shortly here as we try and drive forward. Johnny F. and Russell picks out Cisneros nicely down the left-hand side inside the box. What can he do? 1-on-1 with the keeper, but puts it into the side netting, and still it remains 3-2 to SKC. 75 minutes gone. It is a throw-in for Santos. If they got another goal back here, we would be back at all square, and that would be a bit frustrating. Luckily for us, Unsane does deal with that ball put into the mixer, and he will just roll this out safely to Vandenberg, who has been superb, as I said before, since coming off the bench. Russell to Busio. If we can get one more goal in this highlight, hopefully that would seal the 3 points, which would see us go top of the table, as this is one of our games in hand on those other two teams at the top of the table with us in Boca Juniors and Santos Laguna. Ball up here for Makoko, very tight angle. What can he do? Just holding things up outside the box. Olasunde back to Barreto, the Brazilian, who's having his first start for the club here, I think, off the bench. Ayongo just keeps possession for us there. Busio just knocking things about very patiently. Ayongo, Makoko at the near post. There's nothing they can do to stop that, can Santos FC, and Makoko picks up his second goal of the game, and surely that will seal things for us now. We'll definitely get the boys to slow the tempo down off the back of this, but with some very patient build-up for us. Busio putting Ayongo into a bit of space, and unfortunately for Santos, no one's marking Makoko there at the near post. A simple finish for him, and with 14 minutes to go, we're 2 goals up, 4-2 to SKC. And we have entered added time in this game. Not much happening since we got that 4th goal to Makoko, and that is going to be full time, and that is a big 3 points having to come back from 2-1 down early in the second half. As I said, Sepp Vandenberg, personally, probably my man of the match just for the impact that he did have with a goal. Got an important headed interception for us as well when we got that 3rd goal, and then Makoko sealing things with the 4th. So a very good comeback for us there away from home. And that does see us go top of the table. So ending things today on a big high. We've still got a game in hand on Santos Laguna and Boca Juniors, and are 2 points clear of them. So with 8 games to go for us, 7 games to go for them in the league season, we are best positioned to try and win the league, especially if you look at our run home, which we'll come back with shortly and show you guys as we look forward to what might be coming up in tomorrow's episode. So in the end, 2 good results in today's episode, especially that second one against Santos, coming from behind to pick up the 4-2 win after we nearly blew a 2-0 lead in the prior game against Santos Laguna. But that's going to do it for today. 2 points clear at the top of the table with 8 games left. And if you look at the teams who we are going to be playing, Atletico Tucumán down in 14th. Off the back of that, Club America down in 19th. So 2 good games for us there. Then Atletico Paranense 15th. So the rest of this month is looking quite kind to us. Then we start April. We've got Racing Club, who are in 17th. So another very kind fixture. Valiers 18th. Another great fixture for us. Off the back of that, probably the toughest game we've got left now in River Plate, who are currently in 8th. But that's still a game we probably should be winning. And off the back of that, the last 2 games of the season against Tigres in 11th and Internacional, who are in 13th. So that's a really kind run-in for us. I think it's probably going to be a little bit kinder than what both Boca Juniors and Santos Laguna have. So we are in a position now where we really should be closing out the title here in this last season of Blue Hell Worldwide. So with that in mind, considering the games that we have got coming up over the next month or so, I think what we're going to do in tomorrow's episode is come back when we do have a chance of clinching the title, or if things turn south, of blowing it. We're going to try and finish the league part of the season in tomorrow's episode, and then if we do make our way into a promotion playoff, that will be coming on Sunday in the last episode of this Blue Hell Worldwide save, where hopefully we could make our way to the top division, the top 20 clubs in the world in this World Super League save in the Premier League. So that's what you got to look forward to for the final one, hopefully 2 episodes of this save. And considering the position that we are in, I'd expect it to be 2 episodes, but do make sure you come back tomorrow just in case we somehow blow things and it is the last episode of this save. But if you have enjoyed today, as I said, bit of a scratchy draw against Santos Laguna, followed up by a good come from behind win against Santos, then do remember to go down below, leave a thumbs up on the video, and if you haven't done so already and enjoy the content here on the channel, also make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on as well. And until tomorrow, where we will hopefully be trying to clinch the title here at Sporting Kansas City in the Brasileiro Serie A, thank you very much for watching. Keep on keeping on, and I'll see you then. Cheers.